Sonic the Hedgehog has many defining characteristics, whether it's the fast-natured gameplay, the added to the brand, or even the design of Sonic himself. All of these play a part in shaping the Sonic brand to be a recognizable part of the gaming industry. However, there's one part of Sonic's identity that is not talked about as much. Something that's been a special feature in the games for as early as Sonic the Hedgehog 3. You can most likely guess what it is by pure common sense or by just reading the title of this video. The special feature is playable characters. With the release of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and later on Sonic and Knuckles, we were given the ability to play as different playable characters other than Sonic himself. This was a great feature in Sonic 3 at the time because, compared to other platformers back in the 90s, Sonic 3's different playable characters offered a lot more variety and replayability. It was a unique feature given to Sonic. It was so unique to the point where one of the main selling points on the back of Sonic Adventure's box art was the fact that this game had 6 different playable characters. Then, upon creating Sonic Adventure 2, the same selling point was used once again. It got to the point where SEGA made Sonic Heroes, an entire game based around team mechanics that involve utilizing different playable characters. So it's safe to say for at least the 3D Sonic games that playable characters were a unique feature that the Sonic franchise prided themselves on. Now, with that in mind, this only makes it more jarring to see where the Sonic franchise is at right now. Fast forward to modern day, playable characters have become a very controversial topic when it comes to Sonic, due to the fact that in games such as Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 or Sonic Unleashed, the playable characters have been found to greatly harm the game's overall pacing and enjoyment. A lot of players only want to play as Sonic and don't actually want to be interrupted constantly so they can play a completely different controlling character. But on the other side of the coin, you have a lot of Sonic fans who truly do miss the old playable characters that had such an important role in early 3D Sonic games. Now, there's still playable characters in recent 3D Sonic games, but it's not really the same. To put it simply, in the past 10 years, playable characters in Sonic games have taken quite the backseat, in the sense that we haven't gotten much game-altering characters to play with. The only playable characters that we have gotten in the 3D Sonic games as of late are just slightly altered versions of modern Sonic or attempted recreations of a previous formula. Which is most likely because SEGA is too scared of ruining the pacing of the game by adding slower paced Sonic characters. That's not a bad idea in theory, but it's still executed quite underwhelmingly. Like, with classic Sonic in Sonic Generations, it's a great different playable character and I can have my fair share of fun with it. But I won't lie to you, I only revisit the modern Sonic stages because it's just vastly more enjoyable than the alternative. Then you have Sonic Forces, and I don't even have to say anything about that game. The avatar is just modern Sonic without boost, and classic Sonic is almost as bad as Sonic 4, so I'm just gonna label Sonic Forces as a complete utter failure in the playable characters department. So it's been a struggle trying to implement playable characters into Sonic games without harming the game's overall quality. That leads us to present day, where we have Sonic Frontiers coming out right around the corner, yet there is not a single different playable character in sight. And considering the giant scope of the game, having multiple islands and tons of cyberspace levels, it just seems extremely unlikely that we'll see any kind of different playable characters present in the game. Which isn't a bad thing in the slightest. A Sonic game doesn't need playable characters to be good. In fact, not introducing playable characters could be considered playing it safe, because as we've stated before, playable characters tend to be a very controversial feature in many Sonic games. But with that said, is there really no possible way of bringing playable characters back? I think there's still a way. But first, we need to evaluate why playable characters in Sonic games cause so much controversy. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I love playable characters in Sonic games. I like playing all of the characters in Sonic Adventure except for Big, and I even have a fair bit of appreciation for the Hedgehog. However, I'm not ignorant to the fact that playable characters greatly bring down the quality of the game for many people playing. The reason why is because when you forcefully throw playable characters into a game's progression, it causes the game to be very inconsistent in its quality. Theoretically, a good video game would have consistently good quality all of the way through. But where Sonic goes wrong is with playable characters, the game now has different levels of quality depending on who you're playing as. Let's just get this out of the way. For all three of these games, the speed stages are by far the best part of the game without a single question. So while the Knuckles Emerald stages or mech stages aren't necessarily bad, it's the fact that the Sonic gameplay itself is so good that it sucks when you have to play anything that's not Sonic. So you have this ratio of quality where the Sonic stages are always the best part of the game, while the extra stages that you are forced to play are inferior by a landslide. This is why so many people struggle to stay interested in a Sonic game with playable characters. To many people, these extra gameplay styles are just filler until they can reach the Sonic stages. And look, as much as I like these gameplay styles, I don't blame anyone for having that belief, because it's true in a way. The main dish is Sonic. In my opinion, and this may seem like a massive hot take, I do not think a Sonic game should ever do this again. A Sonic game should not be separated into multiple different levels of quality. So that begs the question, how do we bring back playable characters? Well, the trick is to blend Sonic's gameplay with the playable characters, which has actually been done a couple times. One of the games is Sonic Heroes, which I can't believe I am about to compliment Sonic Heroes, but it did a pretty good job at implementing playable characters. By making them an extension of Sonic's moveset, it effectively created a game in which Sonic can use all of the fun gimmicks that the other characters have, while still maintaining the high-speed action. Except the problem with Sonic Heroes is that the team mechanics can't just be added into every Sonic game. That would be incredibly restrictive from a development standpoint, and it just doesn't make sense to reuse that gimmick multiple times. So the better example I like to bring up is Sonic 06. Okay, hold on guys. Sonic 06 is bad. Don't get me wrong. That's why I'm playing Project 06, so I can explain this much better. I just wanted to pinpoint one thing that this game did do right, and its playable characters to an extent. To clarify, Shadow and Silver the Hedgehog still suffer from the same issues that Sonic Unleashed and the Sonic Adventure games suffer from, but the Amigo characters are a different story. Essentially, the Amigo characters are playable characters that are briefly given to the player to control in specific levels. To get a better understanding, let's take a look at Aquatic Base from Sonic 06. This level is a normal Sonic level. You begin playing as Sonic and you go through the stage like any other Sonic Adventure game. However, there's a section where the game automatically switches a player from playing as Sonic to Tails. Now, normally this sounds like a bad idea that would get annoying very fast, except that's not the case. Tails in this game is still fast-paced. The only difference between him and Sonic is that he can fly and he has a different attack. So what makes this cool is that Tails in this level is essentially acting as a gimmick rather than an entirely new gameplay style. When you play as Tails, you still have the same objective that you had when you were playing Sonic, except now you're flying around the level design that was built for a flying character. It gives the level a lot more variety without forcing you to complete a separate objective that is vastly different from the modern Sonic gameplay. The same thing actually happens with Knuckles later on in the stage. You start playing as Knuckles, but you're not going on a wild goose chase for the emeralds like in the adventure games. You're still going from point A to point B, just like how you were with Sonic. These little additions help in many ways of freshening up certain levels and giving them something new to do. This, in my opinion, is the ideal reality of how we can bring back playable characters. Gimmicks are what keeps platformers interesting. And Sonic with level gimmicks like this is awesome and doesn't break up the pace in the slightest. This is how I think playable characters could and should be handled. And you know, when you're looking at the Sonic Frontiers gameplay, it looks like Sonic is solo here. But he's also not boosting constantly. So why not add a platforming challenge that requires Sonic to call for Knuckles or Tails for help? Wouldn't that be cool? To add a bit of variety to the platforming challenges in the open world? I certainly think it would, because again, platformers can greatly benefit off of a gimmick that changes how you play. But maybe I'm wrong about all of this. You can feel free to insult or scream at me down in the comments. I vibe with that kind of stuff. Anyways, that's all I have to say on the matter. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys. Adios. My channel members are Snicks, JNXV, Orion Pax, Ethan K78, Johnion Rings, Epic Gaming with George, SonicMan715, ArchXYZ, Psychub, Thomas Winride, Chip, Scape, The Squeaker Nerd, Superjax, Boom, Sonic Extreme, and Super Saiyan Sonic. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Make sure to click one of the end card screen videos here. Anyways, I love you guys. Peace out.